Hey, yo, it's your boy Rise here with Perceive Across the Blog, and today I'm gonna give you all my thoughts on Architect's new album, The Deep End, with Lecrae. No, not with Lecrae. Joking. But his album, The Deep End, will give you some general thoughts on this album. Not gonna go track by track like I normally do. Now, what I like or what I found interesting about this MC is number one is he has a lot of different boxes that don't normally go together, but somehow for him it goes together. Number one, when you listen to his style, it gives you that like underground white MC type of vibe. Um, I can't give you specific names, but if you listen to like maybe underground rap with the white MCs and stuff like that, he has that type of vibe the way he pronounces his words and stuff like that. You can think about even going back in the day, Timothy Brendan when he first came out, not his current music, but when he first came out, he had that sort of that battle rap vibe to him, and Architect has sort of that vibe as well. Now with Timothy Brendo, he stopped doing that, but with Architect, it seems like that's his style. So I find that kind of interesting. Secondly, some might say on the opposite end, he's explicitly Christian in his rhymes. And normally, with most MCs and CHH, you're either going to be like the braggadocious type or you're going to be the explicit Christian lyrics type. And with him, he puts the two together. And so you might hear him, talk about, I got bars and how dope he is as an MC and lyrically and just the stuff he does, like braggadocious hip hop rhymes. But then he'll point to Jesus, point to the Savior. It's not like just, hey, I'm just going to mention Jesus. No, he talks about this intimate relationship he has with the Lord. So I find that all kind of interesting that these two worlds meet as one with him. He sounds like he's kind of an older cat. I don't know his age, but when he's mentioned, source, unsigned hype, I'm like, yeah, he got to be at least late 30s, 40s, something like that. So kind of a older MC when we think about MCs these days, but older MCs around, they pretty much pretty popular. And then lastly, the box was surprised. I looked up where he's from, and it's like he's from Florida, and I was like, Orlando, really? I mean, the way he raps, you would, stereotypically just say, oh, he must be from New York or the East Coast or something like that. But no, this dude is from Florida. So again, all of these worlds coming together, and I found that pretty interesting. So theme wise, you got him talking about his relationship with the Lord, also talking about grief and loss. Now, this grief and loss is not about someone dying in his family, but this grief and loss is more about relationships with females. If I'm interpreting his lyrics correctly, he was married before, and he talks about that. He talks about relationship with other women, I believe. He also is a father. He calls his former girlfriend or wife his kid's mom. We call it something different in the black community, but he calls it his kid's mom. Very nice way to put it. Uh, but yeah, so that's what it is like thing wise, what you're gonna get on here. As well as, I'm an MC, bars, stuff like that. Some songs I like, and I'm not gonna go through each and every song, but some songs I like are American Horror Story. It's a very dark and sinister type beat. This is one of the songs where he gets into talking about um, a relationship and breaking up and marriage. And I like how he does it in a storytelling sense. He could get real explicit. I'm not going to spoil it, but let's just say he could get real explicit sexually on his song if he wanted to, but he didn't. And I like how he painted the picture where he implied things, but he didn't go all the way. So, you're thinking about, sex or whatever. So I like that, but yeah, it's a real dark beat, very dope. Another song I like on here is Only Bars. All right. We know the only type of thing, but we ain't talking about that kind of only. We talking about only bars. All right. The other only gonna get you into a lot of trouble. All right. But anyway, I like this song because it has that sample that RZA used on "For Heaven's Sake," or I don't know if that's the exact sample or he had somebody sing it, but nonetheless, very dope. Um, that oh baby, for heaven's sake. Um, so yeah, he uses that and pitches it up a little bit different. I like that. And he just spitting bars. I told you he does some of the things that the others on here is more of a I'm an MC braggadocious type of thing, but I like this song a lot. Let me look at my notes. Some other ones I like is The Lion King, man, with RJ Payne. RJ Payne, you're not familiar, is an MC from New Jersey. He is a quote unquote mainstream artist, not in CHH. But I like this song because it has a Just Blaze type of vibe to it, man. The drums, if you know Just drums, it has that, he was raised up in the church, so it has that church drum type of vibe. If you go to certain black churches, you'll hear the drummer do that. So I like this song. I like RJ Payne. He does his thing on here. Slam poetry. I like the lyrics of the song, but the beat not really for me. It's kind of too slow. But you got Dayton on here. I'm sure a lot of y'all are fans of Dayton. You got Dayton on here, and Dayton does what Dayton does. You know his style. I mean, it's a good pairing, but production wise, not for me. Now, let me get into some of the problems I have with this album. And the main problem I have with this album is he has sort of what I call the Eminem disease. And that is he does the commercial rap, and it's not his strength. Now, is there anything wrong with commercial rap? No. I like commercial rap. I like underground hip hop rap. But to me, you can tell that this is not his strength. And the hooks, if you do commercial rap, you gotta have a catchy hook. And a lot of these commercial songs he have on here are not catchy. It's kind of wordy and it's just like, man, like this is not your vibe, man. So my advice for him, if he's gonna do commercial rap, and I know this might violate the hip hop codes, but I think he needs to either A, get somebody who can do some catchy hooks or help him write some catchy hooks. Again, I know that might violate the code of hip hop and all that stuff, but he needs some help. And if you're going to do that, you have to have some good hooks. And secondly, just some of these commercial beats, man, it's not catchy to me. I just could not get into them, and it just really not his strength. Um, so you got songs like Way Home. I think Whole Man. Like a lot of these songs just does not fit his vibe. And it's like think Dream Big. Let me listen to this real quick. I think that's the one that just really Yeah, and then it's like dream big, dream bigger. And it's like, nah, bro, it's not catchy. That's not catchy. So overall, man, like there are definitely some positive things on here, but the negative is he's trying to be in both worlds. And again, if you do that, you got to follow the rules of that world. And he's not doing that when it comes to the commercial stuff. The hip hop stuff, that's his thing. He's good at it. But the commercial stuff, he gotta get more work on a catchy vibe. Either get some help or get a singer who can make catchy hooks. And he'd be straight. So that's my thoughts, man. Definitely check out this album if this sounds like your type of vibe, especially the if you're into the underground type of rap. Check it out. You might like it. This is Proceed with Caution Blog. Skip Bailey sucks, and I'm out.